No, I just wanted to speak to you about basically your work in Zambia and the studios and basically what was it like?
Let me make it clear.
Yeah.
Actually, I was not a photographer.
Okay.
I am an artist.
Okay.
In my
Painting?
main painting is and I wanted to study art.
Okay.
But my father sent me to Bombay to study law. And instead of going to law college, I joined the art college. And then my father angrily came there and said, well, I won't help you anymore because artists are starving at that. And that time art has got no value at all, But it was my hobby and I intended that I must learn art. So he said, I will not help you financially anymore. If you want, you can carry on. And I said, okay, I'll do it. But I told him that after that I realized how am I going to manage the financial. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where I was staying, there was a film producer,
Okay.
film producing manager was also staying in the same building. And he saw me miserable. He said, what happened, Mr. Patel? I said, well, this is the position. He said, yeah, it's a difficult position. Do you know anything? What is your education status? I'm not highly educated. I came here to study law, but I didn't go there. Instead, I go to art college. Then he said, okay, do you know anything about photography? And I said, no. Have you intention of doing that? Well, if you can recommend someone who can employ me to just get my financial situation helpful. So he gave me a couple of addresses. So I went to studio and he gave me a camera and a film. And where I was staying, there was a film studio also in Andheri. So yeah, so he say, you go to the studio tonight. The shooting will be start after 12. So you can go and take few shots and bring me tomorrow.
So had you taken some photos before that?
I took photos and I returned the films and they were pleased.
Okay.
They said the angle you choose is really nice and okay, we will give you 60 rupees a month.
Oh, wow.
2 rupees a day.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, that will do fine.
So do you happen to still have those photos you took in?
That was, and I was just taking pictures only.
So it was
all the lighting and everything was, they said there, I just chose the angle, but that was the only thing I was doing. So photography is the only that thing for me,
Oh.
When I came to Zambia, I had no intention also to do something in photography or anything.
So what brought you to Zambia?
I was doing any job. Any job, because art is not, I decided to live on, it's my hobby only.
Yeah.
So I was working for one of the tea room in second class trading area.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's tea room, they used to call it, And it was so miserable work for me. But then there was a Royal Art Studio.
Yes, yes.
And they came to know that there is someone who is a photographer and artist as well. So he offered me a job. Now, this is my background idea. Now, when I went in 1953 to Zambia, that was called Northern Rhodesia.
Yes.
And there was only one photographer, Royal Art Studio.
What was his name?
His was Mystery Brothers.
Yes.
Mystery Brothers.
But what was the man's name?
Vallabhbhai Patel. Vallabhbhai Mystery.
Vallabhbhai Mystery. Yeah.
And Balubhai Mystery.
Okay.
They were two brothers.
Yeah.
And Balubhai actually was in Kenya.
Okay.
And he was doing photography there.
Okay.
He was working for one of the studio. So when his brother found that, there is a scope for photography here, because there was no photography, only if you remember, or if it's still there, Holdsworth chemist.
Okay.
Do you know anything about that? It is still there, on Cairo Road.
Okay.
So they used to keep photographic material.
Okay.
Only films and papers and chemicals. Yeah, that's the only thing. No cameras, no photographic equipment or anything, So Vallabhbhai thought that There's a scope for photographic business here. So he called his brother from Kenya, and they started in the back of the shop, developing and studio. So they start with the passport photos. And then after they found that it is going on, so they they removed all the goods and started photography.
Okay.
But that was late 40s.
Oh, okay.
Late 40s.
And you had only arrived in 53.
I arrived in 53. When I went there, they had an actual photographic shop and studio. That was the only shop in Lusaka. Another one was in Indola.
Yeah.
That was called Weldon Art Studio.
Okay.
And they used to, they had started around the same period, I think, when Mystery started, late 40s.
So do you know who used to run that studio?
I don't know whether they're still there. Weldon Art Studio, they call it. Mr. Patel,
Okay.
Prabhoobhai Patel.
Okay.
And there was another one in Livingston when I went down there called Vanguard Studio.
Okay.
Was run by Diwalia brothers.
Okay.
His name was Kanji.
Okay.
There was the only 3 studios I found there when I went down.
So Livingston, Ndola, and Lusaka.
But that's all.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
But different families.
Sorry?
Were they all different families, run by different families?
They're different people,
Okay.
together. All together, different, totally different. They had no anything to do with
Each other.
another.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, when I was offered a job, I went there. And actually, before that, I was not, I didn't know much about developing printing, enlarging or something. I was just handing over the film and they developed themselves.
So you used to just take the photo?
Eh?
You used to just take the photo? You would just photograph?
I was just taking photos.
And then, okay.
Just to make my living,
Yes.
that's all I was doing. I did not know that I am doing that good to satisfy him. Then I had a chance to learn developing and printing in the Royal Art Studio, yeah. And in the meantime, I had made 2, there was another photographic center, was called Wilson Developing and Printing Service.
Okay.
It was in the Freedom Way, he opened up. They closed before the independence and went back. But they were only doing, they are developing printing only.
Okay.
No studio, he was not taking any photograph.
Okay.
Then I had 2 friends. They took the shop and they say, well, if you like to start here in my back room, you can open up a dark room and studio, whatever you like. I say, yeah, I like to do that. But then they openly offer me that I say, okay, we'll open up a studio in partnership. I say, okay, that will be very good, because I'll get financial help also from buying photographic camera and lighting and all that. So we started with Fine Art Studio. I am actually the Fine Art Studio's founder,
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you work with Ratubhai, Uncle Mr. Ratubhai Patel?
No, they work for me actually.
They worked for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but you worked
I taught them. They did not know anything about photography.
So it was Ratubhai.
They had an ordinary clothing shop.
Yeah, so it was Ratubhai and...
Hiru. He was my cousin, Okay. He died. He was a cricketer and he died,
Okay, so you are the original founder of Fine Art Studio.
I am the actual founder of Fine Art.
Okay, and my whole thesis...
And then I taught them photography. They did not know anything about photography. They used to know sign writing. And I used to go and help them, to sign writing, just to pass my time, So that's how we became friends, and that's how we joined together. And we started business. Then they actually cunning people, I found. So they said, either you take over or we take over. I say, okay, I'll get out.
Okay.
I don't like to work anymore with the partnership. So I just walked out. And there was also another gentleman. He was a police.
Hirabai? Hirabai?
Hirabai, yeah. He died already, yeah. But they both, Ratu and Hirabai, they run the fine art studio together.
Yeah.
Then police gentleman used to work for British Information Service
Okay.
in government. He became very friendly with me.
Okay.
He used to visit me very, very, very oftenly, and we discuss about photography, and all that. So he came to know that I just got out from the fine art studio. So he came to say, well, any help you want from me, I'll be able to help you.
Was he Indian?
No, he was Polish, from Poland.
Polish.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant a police.
No,
it was Polish.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was an old man, but very experienced person. Even fine art studio, the name he gave me, he said, you can. Why did you use fine art studio?
What is his name? What was his name?
Goreski. Yeah.
Wow.
Mr. Goreski, Goresky or something like. But he used to, and he said, why didn't you open up your business? I said, that's what I'm going to do. But the problem is how to get because there was no photographic shop in around area, only in Rhodesia, And in Rhodesia also didn't have all the equipment I need, because only films, cameras and something. So he said, okay, you inquire about it, and when you get the equipment, till then you can use, I have my own equipment, which I am keeping at home. So I said, I'll be very much obliged to you if you can do that. So he said, all right, you take all this equipment and start it. Then I said, what name again I should use? He said, he suggested few names. He said, La Portrait. I said, no, it is a French name and these people won't follow properly.
Yeah.
He said, Brilliant Studio. I say, but I'm still not brilliant yet. So he said, Photo art. I said, oh, that's right, because my interest is art and photo, and photo art studio, photo art center. I say, yeah, photo art center will do fine.
Yeah.
And
so which year did that start?
Yeah.
Which year was that?
It was 1959, I think.
Okay.
No,
before independence?
Before independence, I started already, It was 1957, I think I left.
Okay.
We separated. 57, yeah. 3, 4 years, yeah. 56, 56. 56, yeah. Then, actually, I started studio only, no developing printing or nothing, Our main business, fine art studio, actually, we started on the assumption that we'll start the African photography only.
What do you mean by that?
Because...
What do you mean by African photography?
The natives.
So only...
There was no photographer who can take natives photograph. There was in Kampala market, there was a while you wait camera there, somebody used to... they take the photograph and give you immediately. It's not a Polaroid. It was just an ordinary camera. They take the picture on the paper and then they just develop it and that's right. That was in old.
What do you mean by African photographers? A native? Do you mean
the African natives?
So you wanted fine arts?
There was a segregation. No, Africans are not allowed to go into any certain places, and nobody likes to take it, because if they start taking that, then no white or Indian will come there, But we started fine art studio with the native, because it was in Cha Road where it was there. So we started taking and there's a queue, big queue. So I didn't care for whether the European will come or not, Then
so what you're saying is that you tried your market for fine art studios were local black people of Lusaka.
Yeah.
That was what you were aiming.
Yeah, and it was flourishing. Yeah, really. It was amazing. And then when I started my studio, I decided only not African photographer, because I was on Cairo Road, opposite post office. And I used to take portraits. My portraits, most of the people like very much. Group people. And I found bit difficulty, in the beginning, because to get supply, it was also limited that time, Kodak refused me totally that no, we got enough to studio at the moment and we cannot increase any more. I say, okay. Then we went to other suppliers, Artfa and Ilford and Gavert, and they actually helped me. They say, okay, we'll give you supply, Ilford started. So I actually managed to, because it was not open that time, in those days in British rule. Only everything was limited. So I did without Kodak for at least for 10 years, I was doing, then Akfa came in. And I was buying, Akfa paper was very popular and very brilliant. So they didn't refuse me, but I used to buy them quite a lot. So they said, why don't you start color photography? I said, well, black and white is not yet properly introduced. So if you got an intention, we can arrange for you to go to Germany and learn the color processing and everything. We're having a class, what you call that, not classes, workshop, something like that, Atva, yeah. So I say, yeah, it's a 1 month course. And I didn't have a holiday also, So I decided that I must go.
Were you married by then?
And the auntie was there before I opened up Photo Art Center. When we started Fine Art Studio, we were living together. And they were bachelors. So I called her that who can cook for us, and so she came. Even my daughter, once she was born here in India, also came together because she was starting primary school also, and I wanted that she should start from the beginning. So Akfa arranged the color processing, and I went down there and studied, and I beginning to become popular, because color photography was not in Zambia by that time. I was the first, and I opened up my first color processing laboratory. That was 65, I think. 65. Just after independence. I took independence photograph. I was the official independence photographer from UNIP. Yeah. Because, let me tell you, when I was in Fine Art, I was taking UNIP's African National Congress, used to call the one who was fighting for the freedom in the beginning. And I used to attend their rally all the time to take pictures of them, to familiarize with them. And then UNIP separated, and I joined with them, and I used to take picture for them. So that's how I become familiarized with the African people in.
I have heard that the UNIP office at the time was next door to Fine Art Studios. Is that true? Was the UNIP head office close?
Yeah, they had yeah.
Was it right next door to you?
No.
Where was it?
There was actually
Freedom Way.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't get
So
you.
in the UNIP head office?
Oh, the UNIP head office is just where the Leeds is. You know where the Leeds trading at the moment? Actually, Fine Art Studio, we started from that premises,
Okay,
on Cha-Cha-Cha only.
Okay, I see. And UNIP was where?
The same place.
Okay.
UNIP, after we moved into this corner shop.
Yes, yeah.
Actually, they moved. We made two shops for Fine Art. this fine art studio in corner, it was a small shop, not the corner. That was for African only. And Cairo Road shop was white and the advanced people, So we made two shops. When we separated, they had no knowledge of taking pictures and all that, developing printing in African. So they moved, they closed the Cairo Road shop, and I moved in, So I didn't have much difficulty to familiarize with the people, They knew me, and with the different name, That's all. Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't have much knowledge about your involvement in Fine Art Studios. So Fine Art Studios, could you just tell me more about the type of people that were coming into the studio and what type of photographs did they want? Did they do passport photos? What kind of
portraits? Mostly because African, they are not very. At that time, they were not looking beautiful or handsome or something. Mm-hmm. They got a curiosity to show. When they used to take pictures and they saw it, they become so mad, and they become crazy. And that's how we used to have a line to take a photograph. And I surprised that no studio has got such a queue, for having a photograph taken,
And so right now, Fine Art Studios had 2 studios, from my knowledge.
No.
Fine Art Studios, no? Wasn't there? Was it one big studio?
The big studio. Then they only one.
Okay.
2 sections,
Oh, sections. Yeah. So 2 sections of one studio.
Actually, the corner was not. They didn't have that corner, but I think they took over the agency of Minolta.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So they expanded, Okay. Yeah.
But when you were there, it was just that one side.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
No, when I was there, I was only in that lit shop,
Oh.
When I came out, they closed that.
And then they moved.
They moved into this small shop, and they also closed. Before they closed that, they also closed the Cairo Road shop as well, because they knew that they had to rely on. Indian didn't used to go there to take a family photograph or passport or something, maybe.
So where did Indians go mostly?
Royal Art Studio. And they used to come to me also.
Okay, I see. So tell me more about Alec. I met Mr. Alec.
Eric is a real story. Eric, actually, in Zambia, the housewife always used to employ the child caretakers. So my son was very young, and auntie employed him. He was an orphan, not orphan. Her mother died, and his father remarried, and he became actually lonely. So he was looking for a job, and he came there to work for them. And I found him very awesome, obedient and honest person, So he worked there for a couple of years, and then I took him to. When we separated, I took him to studio to do washing and cleaning and all that, washing the print and film. So I found him, he's taking more interest, and he used to take him in the dark room as well, to see. But then developing and printing, we started. Okay. Actually, I stopped. I never used to take African pictures. I only studio portraits, but I started developing printing. So I employ one other African, and he used to call Francis. I think he might have died. His son is he used to work for Royal Art also, because when I stopped, we are coming to that point. Francis, I employ him, and we started developing and printing, and then Eric joined him.
Eric?
Alec, yeah.
Alec.
Yeah, he joined him to help him, and he actually he had a quite good interest in developing and printing, in
I
photography.
think he still develops.
Yeah,
Yeah, he still does.
yeah.
I went to meet him and
You went to his place. I don't know. My son went down there to see him after to help him. I sent him I had a camera here.
Okay.
What you call this latest camera called? No, digital camera. Yeah, Pentax digital I had. So I can't take picture. So I give it to
I had a look at all of his old photos that he took at photo arts.
You saw, because I gave him everything.
No, but I have seen. What did you give him?
All my collections there. I gave him everything, photographic equipment, all the cameras and all that.
What about the photographs?
Eh?
The photographs itself. Were there any photographs and negatives left?
He should have.
From photo art?
From photo art.
He has his own only. I don't think he has the ones from...
Photo art, I haven't got it.
I don't know who has it.
If you ask him, say, have you got any photos Mr. Patel gave you? Because I brought some negatives which was taken during the independence and certain occasions, and some good pictures, But the turbine actually entered in the suitcase. It was a wooden trunk.
So where is it now?
It's the termite have destroyed all that, Or some of the prints also I brought it with me, color print. No, destroyed, totally destroyed. Termite?
Yes.
Yeah. They actually ate everything. Even the negatives, that's amazing to me. Paper, photographic paper also. And but that is gone, So I had no photographic print, only art. But when I open up color laboratory, it was a bit too much for me, so I stopped that also. And I took over the agency for Fuji Film.
Okay.
I went to Tokyo.
Okay.
And I was just on tour, so I went there and I found that why should I not take the agency? One of my friends told me that when you go to Japan, why don't you find out any other photographic material who can supply you and take over the agency here, There is a good scope. So I went to Ricoh people, Ricoh cameras and photographic equipment, and they were so delighted. They were looking for the customers in Zambia. So they gave me straight away and I said, all right, you give me an order and we'll supply you. So I started with Ricoh cameras and projectors and cine cameras, and they were also making watches also. And then I went back again after next year. I used to, because I had to go there to familiarize with the product, because it was quite new to me, and I have to be familiarized properly. Otherwise, I can't demonstrate properly. So when I next time go there, I found the address of Fujifilm from the Japanese embassy, and I went straight there. I sent the telex that I am from Zambia and I have got intention to take over the agency for Fujifilm if it's still in offer. They actually replied me that we got no agent in Zambia and we'll be looking forward to receive you here. And I went there and they gave me a good welcome there, And straight away they said, I say, well, we got a very small market there and this is a new film. So I can't give you the limited order which you demand. I have to just experiment myself if you are ready. I say, just take whatever you can think you like. Actually, we suggest you that you don't go into color film at the moment. You start with black and white, and then gradually you expand it, So it was very good for me, a good offer. And he said, all right, we'll prepare you the order and we'll send you. So they sent me and we started. And I just got out completely from photography, Eric and Francis, and a couple of other people were running. An aunt was there. Actually, she took over the little side. And
Okay. So this was now maybe 90s or 80s?
who?
This period that you're talking about?
No, that is immediately after. Yeah, say 70s.
Okay.
70s, I had a quick change in my life. I surprised when I sit back and found that I started a photographic business. I start with this. After a couple of years, I went into this. After a few years, I went into this. After this, and then I came to wholesalers, the photographic wholesalers. So this is how it happened, And so when then the building was taken over by Limbada,
Yeah.
Dr. Limbada, if you remember.
Yes, yeah.
You know
his first name?
No, it's not Suleiman. He's a doctor. He was actually came from South Africa as a refugee, and Kaunda has given him to stay in Zambia, Yeah. And he opened up a surgery. Then he made quite a good money, and he took this property, that's on Cairo Road. Then his son died in accident. His daughter died in accident. He loves too much. You see what they were going to Kariba or something, and they had accident there, And then he was actually so much disappointed, He was not actually keen on doctorate also. He don't care for the property and all that. And then suddenly I think he died also. But he was a very good friend of mine, And his wife also, I think, went back on. His son, he didn't actually rely on that, He was not trusting him. I don't know what happened. But his nephew or something, I don't know, he actually divided the property into two. One part, I think the farm part property is given to the son, and this property to the... So he actually, somebody might have given him something or what, but he broke down the property. And he said, I want to build up a complex here, So we had no choice but to close. So I told Eric that you take everything. And I found I didn't want to, because we went back in the during time to England, because photography was actually so difficult to get my wholesale business was totally collapsed, because there was an import license system came in, and we were not actually given enough quota to import them. Then I had to take another agency called Windsor and Newton Artist Material. And we started with that, But then boys, actually before that, they already settled there in UK. I opened up a photographic supply there. And they also used to sell for art material and all that, And they were doing satisfactorily. So I totally closed down everything, sold the house, and we went back to UK.
So that was now 90s?
That was 98. Completely.
Completely, yeah. And so during your time at photo art, so you didn't take many photos yourself in photo art? In the beginning you did?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
In photo art studios, did you take any photographs at photo art studios?
Yeah, I used to take photographs myself, I used to personally myself used to take photographs. I remember now when I surprised you, I told you that I surprised that you got interest in photography is amazing to me, because Muslim family are very limited and very conservative. I had no experience that any of the Muslim group come to or couple come to me and take only Limbada family. Only Limbada family used to patronize regularly to me every some Eid or something, they used to come to me and your maybe Ginwalla's wife and Dawood's wife and their sister used to gather in certain occasion. They come to my studio and they having my phone. I had no experience of having taken pictures of Dudia family or any other Badad family. None of them. Not only they used to come, but to come to take the passport photo only, not the family photography. So that's why I said, but I really surprised to hear that how you came to have
because my family takes a lot of photographs, but
yeah.
we don't really. We take a lot of studio photographs too.
Yeah.
But my parents lived in Burma, in Myanmar. So over there, they did a lot of photography in the studio. So they would go to the studio and take a photograph there. But in Zambia, not much because they had their own cameras.
Oh, there.
Yeah, so they had their own cameras. So I guess they would come to you or Fine Art Studios or Royal Art to develop that film. So
yeah, that they normally
yeah. So I don't think a lot of them went to the studio to have their photo taken because they perhaps already had a camera.
Even Babat Kaka used to call me, to take pictures of the family passport. Passport also, I had to go to his house, to take pictures of the. But family photograph I used to take for him several times.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you. So at Fine Art Studios, my whole research was about Fine Art Studios, but about the photographs that I found there. So there are some photographs that I found there that I think were taken after you had left. So
I don't think so. Did you see the African photograph there, isn't it? Or
yeah, they're all mostly of Zambians, mostly.
Oh, sorry, Zambian.
Yeah, Zambians, but they are in color. Some of them are color.
Yeah, it was actually
like
why Mystery called me, because when I was working in the film studio, I was actually, they people are making film publicity. It was a film publicity studio, So they take pictures and they enlarge it and they color it.
Yes.
And I used to, the artists, those who were working there, I was just watching them very closely how they are doing it, And then sometimes the useless pictures, I take with I used to try by myself. And I found it very interesting, So I started in Royal Art Studio. There was no color that time, I had my transparent color. I took it with me when I went to Zambia. So I, just for experiment, I take out one of the rejected photographs from Royal Art Studio, and I used to color them. So Vallabhai liked it very much. He says, why can't we start? I say, well, I don't mind, So far, it give me a good interest, and if we make a bit of money, it's good for me. So I started color tinting. And my tinting was so accurate that it's hard to describe difference between the actual color photograph and the painted.
Had you done the hand color tinted of the cabinet members like Kenneth Kaunda and Simon?
Kenneth Kaunda used to call me at the State House to take pictures, But then when I came back learning the color processing, they used to call me every year to take color family. One picture I'll show you.
Okay.
Bebidim. Giderek kokladı ya da